Good morning and welcome. Thank you for joining me here. If you found me here, there may be a message for your healing journey, soul's evolution, transformation, and or simply information. Today, I would like to talk a little bit about the other side and grieving a lost loved one, whether it's tragic or basically they've lived their life in fullness and then they've crossed over to the other side, or maybe they had a prolonged illness. Either way, the questions are always the same. Are they okay? Do they know we're here? Do they feel us? Can they hear us? Know that they're loved? Yes, all of that is true. Once they have, especially a traumatic death, usually their soul steps out in their spirit and they watch, and then they transcend after a celebration to the next destination. They do a lot of times review with you their life, and then they want to make sure you're okay before they move on to the next destination. It's our grieving that makes them sad. Of course, we miss them. And trust me, I was a terrible griever, especially with my brother and my grandparents and my dog Sadie. It's hard to know how to feel because you miss their touch, you miss their hugs, maybe grandma's cooking, just a comfort of home. So when someone's loved one passed, yes, they're always with you, but they're busy doing other things, right? I always said, well, how busy can they be? But they never interfere unless we call them. They're around us on special days, your birthdays, holidays, whatever you celebrate. And maybe their birthday and holiday when they are around you because you're thinking of them. The afterlife is literally afterlife. After they've left the earth, they've moved to the next destination. Sometimes you can feel and see, hear them, or they say pennies, feathers, songs, music, or you might smell something. I used to smell for years cinnamon and apples because my grandmother used to, everything was homemade. They lived on a farm. And so apple strudel was always her thing and fresh bread. And of course, my brother, his smile lit up the world and still warms my heart. I have a huge picture of him in his baseball jersey and one of his football blown up in my laundry room, right? Goes with me everywhere. And of course, my grandmother travels with me, literally, her picture, her rosary, and yes, something that I cherish. And she gave to me on my wedding day, and a little medal. It was a faithful medal. So, yes, they go with you in your heart, in your memories, and everywhere else you'd like them to be. Pictures. And if somebody's died tragically, sometimes it's hard to have the pictures around, but you don't want to put them away because you feel that it really means they're gone. So it takes a while to heal. And grieving, you can't put a timestamp on it because it is what it is. You're grieving the loss of their physical form and they're moving on to something else. But eventually, you will find it in your heart to smile and know that they're safe, secure, wherever they are, if you believe in God or the next destination, and they can circle back and help and heal you and go through life with all the highlights that you celebrate. And they're always with you with love. I know I can feel them around, especially when I was little. If you were sad, or sometimes when you go through things as adults, you get grandmas there rubbing your hair, your head, and your hands, saying it's going to be okay. You know that they're there when you need them. And then sometimes when you need them the most, you feel they're not there because you so want some signs that we usually miss because we are in despair. But when you ask for guidance, it's always there. So look for the signs on billboards and people's faces and strangers a lot of times. And if you see pennies around or feathers, that's a good indication. And sometimes we get people that are just as funny as they crossed over. They play jokes on you on this side too. But if that bothers you, tell them to not put the lights or do things that make you scared or feel uncomfortable, and maybe set aside some time. Such as Sunday morning if you're having a coffee or journaling or drawing. They can visit you and you can smell the flowers or watch the sunrise and you can smile. Or for me, I go to the dog park once in a while and I see all the dogs out there playing with their friends, and I see my dogs in them, and they reassure me that they're okay. For what we don't wanna do is keep holding them back here because we miss them so much. They need to heal, and they want us to heal so we can have the best life possible. So the harder we hold them back and keep the things that we should discard or box up or give away, in time that happens. It's not that you forget them, but you move on because you're not meant to be alone in silence and you're grieving for the rest of your life. They still want you to be happy and find peace and balance within your life. And that takes a while. And everybody is on their own journey. I remember having a client once, he said, I can't find somebody that would dishonor her. And I said, well, how long has it been? About 12 years. I said, well, get out and join a group. Go walking, church group. He goes to church every Sunday and socializes. And I said, well, there's other people there you must know that want to go to a movie or go for a walk. Get a bunch of people and go do that and have fun. Well, he did. And years later, he found a companion. Didn't get married, but they waited a few years and decided, it's a little expensive to have us both having two homes. So they moved in together and great companions. And they enjoyed each other's company. And that was beautiful because they had love for each other and they always talked about their former spouse. But eventually, they fell in love. And I think they were 79 and they got married and their kids were thrilled. Outside wedding, simple and sweet, with just family, and they were thrilled and respecting, of course, the other partners they've had. But they were in love, and I found that to be good. And they invited me, and I said a prayer in the poem. And I thought that was just beautiful. Friendships, companions, fun, even though you may think of the other person, it's meant that you're happy. Love is the highest form of healing, and that is what we all need to do. Find a healing space, transcend pain, back to heart center to heal. Heal one another, heal yourself, and be one with self so you can share your gifts, yourself, at your highest form. And that's peaceful bliss, right? So I hope this helps today, and just remember to take care of you because you matter.